Hello everyone, I'm Alfredo from Chile. In this presentation I will teach you something about CSS Keyframe Animation. At the bottom I put the reference where I took the material to build this site or this presentation. CSS3 animation. This allows to create animation without using JavaScript or Flash, only CSS3. An animation lets an element gradually change from one style to another. To use CSS3 animation, you must first specify some keyframe for the animation. I will explain this in a couple of minutes more. Keyframes hold what style the element will have at a certain time. The keyframes rule. When you specify CSS style inside the keyframe rule, the animation will gradually change from the current style to the new style at certain times. To get an animation to work, you must bind the animation to an element, and this is really important if you want this to work well. I will explain this better with some examples. So I will display it. Well, here I have a div, an element, and over this div I put some code in a CSS file. To this div I create packs because I give it a width and height with the same size. I put a color over this div, red, and this is the key code to use keyframes. If you notice, I declare animation name with a name that says example. Here is the code or the keyframe. So with this code I call the keyframe with this name. What makes this keyframe? This change the color from red to yellow. So this animation change the color of the tip. This line said that the duration of this animation will last for 3 seconds. This code said that this animation will have a delay of 2 seconds before it starts. Animation iteration count 3. This means that this animation will run 3 times. If you want that this animation could run forever, you could use this code and establish that like infinite. In position relative, this helps that the packs could move from one side to another side. So I will run the example. If you notice, it changed from red to yellow. It takes 2 seconds to start, and it will doing the same 3 times because I have here this code. Let's see another example. In this example, we divide the time that the length of time that that was 3 seconds in different range of size in percentage, and while the time pass it will be changing from one color to another, from red to yellow to blue to green. Let's see what happened during the we will change the time. Animation duration, we will put 6 seconds to see the change. You can see how the color change according with this percentage. The time is divided according to this percentage. Here I have another example, but because of the time we will not see it. We will see another example. To see the other example, I will comment the CSS file or reference. In this example, we create a file type with different name referring to the time that utilize each div to move from one place to another. Let's see what I'm trying to say. Here I have the file type, and here I have the general CSS code that is similar to the previous code we see, with a width, height, a background color, and this is calling the keyframe with the name of the keyframe, the time that will be executed, and how many times it will be executed. Infinite, forever. And these represent the time, the timing function, the time that it will take to move from one place to another. Some will start slow at the first and will finish slowly. Other will start speed. Other will start at the same speed and will finish at the same speed. Other will start slowly. Other will start faster. And let's see what happens. As you can see, this will be executed one time, another. And in other words, this will be executed forever. And this is how faster the elements are moving around to the right. To see another examples, I will not explain the other example, but I will show you what I found, and you could see how really interesting things we can create. I have here an example called ball, In this example, I have a div element, a div with a class element. In this class element, I have similar code, keyframes, different keyframes, and some property of CSS3, and let's see what we have. We have a huge ball moving from one place to another and changing of color. And I have the last example, the universe. In this universe is amazing. I have some code here. I have some div, and in the file CSS I have some keyframes and some property. Remember, in this code I am only using CSS3. This is the code. I copy this code from another site. In the reference I put the link if you want to copy the code and try and practice. And this is the result of using only CSS3. You can see that it is amazing all you can get by using CSS Keyframe Animation. To finish my presentation, not all the browser or the version of browser support keyframe and animation. Here is a little a detail about which browsers support these properties. At the conclusion, there are amazing things you can achieve with this tool. We can expand our creativity by doing wonderful design with only CSS. There are old version of browsers that does not support keyframe animation. Well, this is my presentation. I hope all of you are well. See you soon.